call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Indiana Hoosiers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. The Hoosiers will kick it off to get us underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Wolverines offense will have the first crack at it in this one. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress at defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll give it to him again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. The run from the shotgun. Got a little space. He just slips and slides his way down to the 42. The Wolverines come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. He'll pull it on the read. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. On 1st and 10 from the 38. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the grab, it's Marsh. They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new-look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when there were divisions, it was a toss-up every year who was going to win the Big Ten West. That was the easier division. But now, it's just who are the best 2 teams out of all these teams, all these quality teams. So it's impressive that this team, David, has put themselves in position to play for the championship.
You ain't lying, especially in this conference. Let's be honest, the Big Ten and the SEC, they've separated themselves from everybody else. And so you're competing in this conference, in the middle of the season, you can finish strong. Now we're not just talking about conference championships. We're talking about where can we be in the playoff and how much damage we can do in the postseason.
Got it! Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Motion from the wide receiver. Go straight ahead. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. That defensive front was a stone wall on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll run it. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. pushes it between the uprights. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the Indiana Hoosiers offense has the ball for the first time. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs. And
intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Going the other way, he's got room.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, this is where you go to the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Oh, he's got some room in into the goal line. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll move the tight end. They're trying to slam it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines.
you know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner goes down. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll run it from the gun. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, 1 half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Ann Arbor. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas in the booth at Michigan Stadium.
And the Wolverines will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Got his man downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. They go to the ground. Finding an escape route. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Might as well give it to him again. He has the first and still on his feet. He'll work his way down to the 28. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that
pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Offensively, I love balance. I love when I get some big gains on the ground, now taking shots down the field, but I gotta protect my QB. They did not keep him upright. He had a chance to make a play, especially after the big run play, the play before. The defense was playing the run. QB couldn't get it done.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. To the air, it's Carr. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And with the pressure on him, the quarterback goes down, and we've played 3 quarters here. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Syracuse is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Ernie Davis among the legends to wear that uniform. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to UMass. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there. On 1st down from their own 22. Quick completion to the right. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got the quick pass. To the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Morgan. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. 2nd down coming up. They'll run play action. A little release to the back. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Breaks into the open. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. The quarterback takes a knee. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be